they really want to hear
We are live.
Hey, I'll be a
Well, what does that mean? I mean,
Everybody's Thursdays going well.
It's Thirsty Thursday. Start drinking.
Thirsty Thursday.
Thursday.
You're bad influence.
I've already been drinking, so yeah, I am.
He's reckless already on his phone.
Typical middle lifers, always drunk.
I'm far from drunk. Just because I started drinking doesn't mean I'm drunk.
Oh, I don't see your channel in the now live. Does that take a minute?
Yeah, it does. It takes a little bit.
Okay.
You have
like
to
20
minutes,
for like 20 hours?
Like a minute.
Or 43 seconds.
Timer in somewhere. Not sure what the timer's at.
Yeah, I haven't been pinged in 1042 either, so.
Broke.
Is 1042 still a thing? Do we still have that? Yeah, we
do.
We forgot about it.
Oh, there
it goes. Open up. There it goes.
I got pinged in Sandbox.
Maybe
Oh, I'm working on typing.
But you're typing the wrong
working on typing.
Grim Reaper. His link is right there.
What's up, brother?
Right there.
If I wasn't at the menu right now, you would have got me. I was getting
there. I pinged the whole server now, so you can stop
all
crying.
The time.
You can stop crying that you don't have enough viewers in your stream.
God, Brock, that's a 9-hour delay.
It is like a 9-hour delay.
14 years.
14-year delay.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Oh, shit.
Oh, spin in a circle.
Is it time to spin in a circle?
You have to.
Yeah, you have to.
Racist.
Jump in here with everybody.
I wonder if we'd use
answer
the
some questions.
In the background, Baraka.
Explore some things in the city. What were you saying?
I did the firework command. I'm gonna see if there's fireworks popping up behind you. Do you see them?
Oh, I do see them. Out the corner.
That's so sick.
I do see them. Yeah, that's badass. Oh, bam. That's a big. Oh yeah.
Oh, if only they were going on constantly, then it would look cool every time you load in.
Oh my god.
Don't do that.
Onto the fireworks?
Constantly. Could you imagine?
It's just a firework behind them.
It's never stops.
Oh, yeah. It did it when someone loaded up, you mean? Like a trigger?
Yeah.
That'd actually be cool.
Crazy. I just relog every 3 seconds.
Right, the server explodes when there's 20 people trying to load at the same time.
5 people in the server.
Performance
script melts the whole box.
We'll have to move to OVH faster than we realize.
We'll just roll out, you know? I mean,
you put May 29th for the launch date? That's crazy.
Dude.
No, I'm kidding. I'm just trying to stress you out.
Oh my god.
He's already stressed out.
Is that messed up? Yeah, that's messed up.
I gotta get water.
Somebody to update my OBS. I haven't done that in months. I guess I can do that real quick.
Touchdown Rentals. This is where you're going to fly in at. Make sure you don't overlook this.
Yeah, like that Tyler guy the other night. Sheesh.
Jeez. Nice. That'll be good there. stand at the car rentals long enough to make sure that
Absolutely. You just stand there for 45 minutes during your stream today. Just here's where you get car rental.
stand right there. What does everybody want to see, huh?
I don't think I have ever seen a pic of you. Well, that's a weird thing to say.
Yo, Eddie out here teaching and looking good.
Adams, what up? What up, Cody? Kurt, what do you mean you've never seen a pic of me? I don't
You just Google
understand
his
that.
name and he pops up on like the first page.
Kurt,
Nah,
You know. I actually just guessed, but he actually does pop up on the first page of when you Google his name. That's hilarious.
Cody, what's going on with you, dude? Just want to get
picture. What's your picture?
Just want to get everybody together, and yeah, Jay has quite an album. Again, don't ignore this building. Come in and get you a rental. You know what I mean? Then you can go. Jay's got a.
About time you subscribed, dude. Holy
About time you did something, Jay.
Not even sub, bro.
I also have my free Prime. Hold on. There we go.
Thanks, buddy. Aw, Caesar.
Don't take
Thanks,
away my
buddy.
moment, guys.
What you
Oh,
guys?
too late. I'm taking it away even harder.
Being alive, man. Working, raising 3 kids. Oh, Caesar just fired off.
If you guys become exclusive streamers here, you know, we might have to go drop subs once in a while, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no kidding. That'd be fun to do. I'd love to do.
Absolutely.
Here's a fun little building to go to. Of course, it puts me on the roof.
Oh, we got a level 3
Oh, Kurt, my man.
Heck yeah, dude.
You're a fucking legend, dude. Thanks for the fucking subs. Thanks for the gifted subs. Thanks, Kurt. Appreciate it. Oh, we're firing off. Going right back into Sandbox. Building it. Come down here, get your licenses. Nice little spot. Also, businesses run that. 2 locations for business administration area. All right. Hey, I think you should, Adams. Huh? Nice little options. Banks tied in. Funds, business. Out in the F8 Eris. That. Some fun business. That's the transport job. A little transport job you could do on your own with other people. Bunch of the trucking, as we all know and love. Truck dealerships, all your commercial vehicles, fun things to create good role play stories down here. A lot of fun stuff. Bank that's instructions out front. Cars are same. Fun little hospital.
Cody said spent a lot of hours, spent a lot of stoner hours on trucking.
For sure, Coach. Casino, for sure, casino, and you get a nice little wheel spin. Who doesn't love the free wheel spin? Fun businesses to own. Be a nice one. Awesome. Fuel, electric, normal. There's a diesel fuel in as well. All the fun stuff that we have for the mechanics. Check that out right now. Actually, we're gonna have to. I already have a job up. Three mechanic shops ready to go. Restaurants.
Already owned.
DOJ. Ready to rock and roll. 3 law enforcement departments.
With like 20 cops already working it, in total. A bunch of people ready.
Got your parts bin, mechanic tablet, connect with the cars. And you have different parts, engines that you could put in. So you got your normal, right? But Broccoli had some fun stuff that he did here, and you have custom motors, i4, find Dumpo Max, the 6.6 liter Dumpo Max, Cummins 0.7 liter, got four banger, 4 rotor. Throw that in your RX. What else we got? And a couple for the cops. Get and keep involved in everything. You also have to do on the beat air filters and brake pads and coolant and oil and all that stuff. So spark plugs. Hospitals, pretty dope. So we have 3 mechanic shops. We got one at Harmony. We have one up here in Roxwood, and we have one in the city. We have 2 restaurants. Got a restaurant here. Go check that out. And then we got a restaurant here. 2 restaurants. You know what restaurant I would love to see open? Oh, hey there, Chief.
Which one?
This one, the diner.
Oh, Casey's, yeah, because other 2 restaurants are owned. The 3 mechanic shops are already owned, but obviously always taking business proposals and things like that.
Yeah.
The only other MLO we have in that's technically available is Casey's Diner. But it's a really cool diner in Harmony.
Love to see somebody take this. Fun spot. But yeah, we're always taking business proposals like Steve said. So, if you have a business proposal, just forward a ticket you create for business. Drop like a Google document proposal. ticket, look at MLO, figure out what works. And something that we really stressed on, Caesar's really stressed on, is making sure that everything is flawless from a stability, performance perspective. So, done a really good job with that.
I'll be submitting one in for Hayes. Hayes is already owned. Hayes and Harmony, and then the one up in Roxwood are already owned. But if you have any other that you'd be interested in, definitely put it in an application for those.
Yeah, Hayes is owned, Harmony's owned, Roxwood, but mechanic shops and restaurants, I mean, I kind of feel like it's hard to have too many of those. You know, the more people that are going to be on and active and available, spread out throughout the state, kind of the better.
Don't think there are any other mechanic shops, right? The way the businesses work is if there's not a map in the server, because we didn't put any of the businesses in unless they were already purchased, pretty much, or like somebody wanted to run it. So if you have one that you want to run in the future or something, put it in the business proposal. Drop a picture of the MLO you have in mind, the location, things like that, and we can try to figure out what we can do with it.
Sheriff's Department, hospital up here. There is, try not to go clip very much. Pawn shop, definitely going to coming up here. So we created a lot of opportunity to push roleplay up to this side of the state. So, for example, by the trip here.
Hey Moose, good to see you.
Hey Moose, what's up, buddy? Hey Moose, thank you, sir. I appreciate that, brother. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Thanks for stopping
How
by.
much do you guys have in for that? Because that's something I'm also interested in. For the criminal side, I worked on the civilian and the criminal side before I even got into any of the law enforcement or business things like that. I focused a lot on quality of life, and we have a fully fledged out, drug system. There's a bunch of heists and petty crimes that are already built into the server, things like that. I'm looking to expand a couple of them maybe before lunch, depending on what I find and what actually works with the server. But there's a lot to do, and there's definitely more coming as time goes. I'm obviously not going to get into the details because it kind of gives away a lot. But as you start exploring, you'll start figuring things out.
Good, Moose. How are you, brother? Hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. We appreciate you too. Follow.
Hanging in there,
Back
been
to back.
busy with work. Yeah, work's not always fun. It's the worst thing ever sometimes.
Dude, Little, thank you. Black Daddy. So, again, we were talking about making sure people come up to this side of the state. So, dealerships up here. Yeah, come up here. Obviously, when you fly in, you're gonna be right by that car rental place. So, a rental and able to keep it for like 3 days. It'll be able to be put in the garage. You'll be able to pull it out for those 3 accomplished. I cannot land top of the Gallingham. What's up, buddy? Oh, something up. Fashion job. Making some clothes. All these jobs that we have like that, we already checked out the transport job down. Fashion job. There is an electrician job made by the same person. There is a gardening job. Usual, got diving, the fishing, and the hunting. Fun areas. I have fun with it. And you could do it from anywhere. So anywhere you can get the water on the fishing, go out and do that. And you'd even take a boat, go out on a boat, go fishing off the boat. You could drop an anchor in. Always pretty. And then you just sell the stuff. I don't know. Diving. Who's the top fisher? Probably myself. I caught one fish. No. Oh, damn. That was a setup question, Kurt. You son of a gun.
So can I ask a legit question? I am of course loving Redem, but I'm sure at some point I will come around again. But I got to ask this purely because I know if you have a same concern. What's going to keep this from shutting down out of the blue like the last two? I hope this doesn't come across as bad. Just something I know that has a
Good
few
question.
on edge about putting in a ton of time.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think mainly because Caesar and I, who developed the project from the get-go, we've got it dialed into a point where we don't have a whole bunch of external heads trying to figure things out, and it's kind of like one of the projects been successful from this standpoint, but has failed um, on the back end side of things. Mistakes on the back end side of things, and button those up and gotten everything out there, just ready to be able to take all the out the entire process, put it in project of love from us, not only ourselves but that's what it is at the end of the day. Something we love to do. Sure, Kurt.
The only thing that kills news service is lack of working scripts or player count. Absolutely. We've tested everything multiple times. Me and Jay sat here for hours a day going through every script multiple times and pulling things out that weren't working and trying to fix the things that weren't. Obviously my knowledge only goes so far, but I've been able to learn a lot and been able to fix every error and kind of problem we've had so far, which is really good. If you've been around in our past servers, especially our first one, you remember how broken that was. This one is definitely a lot more fine-tuned, less glitchy and buggy than the previous servers for sure. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, the more people you find on the server, you have on the server, the more bugs you're going to find and things like that. So it's going to be one of those things that are just kind of worked on.
Go look at some of. Color my And then counties is
I think county has the best livery so far. Top stuff is pretty standard though. I mean, the evidence script a lot of people are already used to. The speed radar stuff is Wraith. Everybody's familiar with it, so there's no need
obviously.
to like really go through it too much, you know. So one of those things that are just kind of standard across the board.
Yeah, tablet, prison tablet. This evidence script. Dale Sex Wax, one and only.
Yeah, the one and only.
Fun little racing tablet. Check that out. Yeah. So, a couple legal races. There's a bunch of legal races. There's some illegal races, and then you have the ability to create your own. And if it's pretty good, then you have it signed off on and made it into an official race. Cool. But raceway up here, a lot of fun with the races here, and then let's say we go, and up here you have the ability to interact with the mechanic shop and plan big events. Is what some extra vehicles that you could things that you can't normally get in the shop. You know, some Formula cars and things like that.
We have trailers to haul the cars to the track. Probably not, unless we can find a way that it's not going to be completely broken, like most of those scripts are. Most of the trailer scripts are usually just causing nothing but problems, especially on the performance side of it. But it's definitely not a definite no.
He might have some. He's been asking. He asked me about trailers a while back. It was green.
We also have a ton of clothing, and a lot of people are into that full customization of your character. We have a ton of hairstyles, clothing, things like that. I've worked a lot to compress those textures to hopefully up performance and things like that. There's 900 jackets I think total from the male side to choose from, and probably a whole lot more on the female side. I haven't checked in a couple of days. I don't really remember the number, but there's a lot of clothing to choose from.
Well, I don't know what button I hit. I got my medical shit up. And obviously with all these cars, you can take them to the shop, mod them out, and put different motors in it. What the?
Depends on your keybind.
So it's going to say I can tell you mine, but it's probably not the same as yours, so I can't really help you there.
Yeah, I think K is the default, is what it is, but I don't know what it'd be for you.
Arrow.
That's hilarious.
Oh, found it. All right. Took a second. What else are some things? Oh, here's, when we talked about bringing things up to the county. Sheriff's Department. What is here? You have station down here. State has station over here. station over here. Hey, thanks for the follow. Jeez, Killer Trains just followed. What a guy. Appreciate you, brother. Kenny? Supposed to be going to bed.
Laying in bed on his phone.
Follow it. OSP.
The housing script is pretty solid too. Have a ton of custom furniture for people to choose from and stuff like that. It's pretty intuitive. once you get
Oh,
used to
yeah.
it.
Check that out.
Good lord, look at this man.
How many shells are there? 40?
A lot. No, I think it's more
50?
than that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Like,
shells.
and
Let Caesar in this chat. I'm gonna stab you, Killer Trains, Mr. Tyler.
so everything's set up to where it's gonna be night in here, and it's because it gives you the option to actually create lighting within your house. Pretty fun. And you go to the furnish here, and then pull up. Am I pulling up the bed?
Take the bedroom and the bed. It'll bring up all the custom furniture. It goes like living room something. I don't
Living
remember what
room
it was.
43.
Living room 43. Yeah.
You can see how cool this light here throws this off. So just one of many examples of all the lighting that. Oh yeah, tons of shells, whatever makes sense, obviously for the house in the area, which is going to be what makes sense to the realtors.
Sorry, I'm here to troll. Yeah, Tyler, I kind of expected that from you, especially because you're one of West's friends, and it's just kind of expected.
Expected. Hey, Elmo, thank you. Appreciate the follow. Thanks for joining us. We're
Is that the Elmo? Is that the Elmo?
the Elmo. We're just going around exploring, showing some stuff off, taking some questions, going to places. Like, let's get some suggestions. Where does everybody want to see? Got this food court. I can't wait. Oh, I'm in the subway.
On a ride. Oh,
I'm in the
that's
subway.
hilarious. Oh yeah, we can break down kind of how businesses work at the food court.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm
I'm also in
topside.
the subway with you. That's hilarious.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I teleported to you, and I was in the subway.
Look at this.
too. I
And
was
when
like,
I'm
oh,
out
no.
here, it's amazing. 'Cause you side, it's nice and pretty. We're gonna go here. Look at that. Hit F8. That's what it's supposed to look like. Mitch, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Just in the food court. Lots of man, I cannot wait to see a bunch of
Try to
restaurants
join
in
the
here.
Discord, but it says it's invalid. Invalid.
Now,
That's not good. Let's get a better link then.
Appreciate you pointing that out.
Oh, that's hilarious. It didn't actually copy the link. That's funny.
Where'd you go?
I hate Discord sometimes.
Screw it up.
And there's non-custom link if the custom link doesn't work. It gives some people problems for some reason. I don't really understand why. But
Yeah, that's.
are y'all still against the Morants? No, we're not against those.
No.
Maybe against Michael Larry. No, I'm kidding. Imagine.
That's fucking.
Just playing around. These are if you're in stream mode, it hides the link. Yeah, I realized that. I closed my OBS afterwards. Only if Dax comes too. I love Dax. Dax is the fucking creator of chaos.
Only if he drives the limo backward.
Only if he drives a little backwards and he's welcome. Absolutely. So with vehicles, we started off with the NoPixel kind of remodel of vehicles. So like a lot of the, I guess the big majority of the civilian vehicles are
Okay.
like a lot nicer. We're planning on a bunch of imports as we go. We got a cool Donnie Lockett, everybody knows. He's pretty good with handling. He's actually very good with handling for vehicles and stuff like that. So he'll be working with that stuff. Yes, we also have the custom sounds and stuff. Pretty much every car in the server has custom sounds. When you engine swap your car, get the new sound type of thing. So all that stuff is in there to make sure gives a little bit of a better experience with that. So he's standing in the food court right now, which behind him there is an office. It says administration on it. That is where you will go to apply for businesses, obviously post-launch. For now, it's all going to be, you know, via Discord ticket if you want to open a business and things like that before launch. But in the future, it'll be in city. It'll be handled in roleplay. Jose, if you guys are familiar with Jose, he's kind of taking the lead on businesses for us, and he'll be helped out with by different staff members and things like that to make sure there's availability. But all that will be handled in roleplay, so it'll be like talking to like an engineer and stuff like that. But pretty simple stuff. We're trying to get away from the Discord tickets 24/7 because that always gets kind of old, if you ask me.
Yes.
If there's other questions while Baraka gets back, I'll be happy to
Sorry.
answer them. Oh, there he is. Look at that. Speak
Sorry.
of the devil. I gave everybody a
Yep.
rundown on vehicles, and
I heard you.
also
I just
gave a rundown of the administration
that's
stuff.
perfect.
If you want to show off the office and show how it
Yes.
works real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Come in here and you're gonna apply for the job. So not accepting new applications. How dare. Job application
here,
portal.
Yep. This is the public application portal. So any business or organization that's hiring within the server will be able to turn on their application, and anyone can apply right here in server. There will also be a place at each of the businesses to be able to apply for that business right there at the location too. So gets rid of that Discord ticket system that we're all used to, make it a little bit easier on everybody and keep it more in role play.
Yeah, absolutely. And each of the business through your boss menu, you'll be able to go in here and create your application business, your whatever you're running, and it'll show up here as well. Mechanic shops, restaurants, clubs, nightclubs.
Speaking of that, I got new juniors this weekend for 'em.
You know, when you fill this.
And for simplicity, I think if Brock still has it up, I don't know, his stream's kind of delayed for me a little bit. Nope, there he goes. Anytime you apply, it'll send it to a channel on Discord. So if you're not in city, for example, you'll still be able to access your applications or view the applications from Discord and things like that. And if
Business.
it'll give you their
management.
player name, it'll give you a picture of who they are and their phone number. So all that's already taken care of, nice and easy. If you put a question there for like their Discord to use like as an email, you can also do that. That way you can just communicate a lot easier. But yeah, it's definitely all a lot more streamlined. Are all mechanic shops taken? 3 of them are owned. There's one in Harmony that's taken. There's one in Roxford that's taken, and then there's one in the city, which is Hayes, which is taken. MLOs are only added. It's like we're not adding any MLOs until people apply for things. just to save on performance. There's no reason to add a bunch of maps that aren't going to be used. So if you have a mechanic shop that you're interested in, feel free to apply with that kind of stuff.
Yep, absolutely.
Vote for you. I've never
In the
voted.
Discord, there is a channel for that as far as business info. Create something for that. Create a proposal. Under your tickets, there'll be an application, or under the application, a section of the business.
Sorry, what about the MLOs? I got Larry screaming at me. No.
So that
we're only adding them as people are requesting them. So if someone has a business they want to own, we will look into adding the MLO then. And we're not just going to add, pre-add things in hopes that somebody owns it in the future, because that's just a waste of resources in the server. And it's just more, more cost on people's PCs, especially with those who have like the weaker PCs. There's no point of adding stuff unless it's going to be used anyway. So, biggest thing is just has to be good quality, has to be an optimized MLO, has to be from a good creator. If it's heavy, we'll do testing on it and things like that. If it's heavy, it probably won't get added. We'll have to find something else type of thing. But yeah, we don't add things until they're needed type of thing.
yeah, nothing's full.
No, we
Nothing's
don't
full.
charge for anything. If there's an MLO that we don't currently own, we will pick it up. We're not going to charge anybody for business, things like that.
Always been the policy. We're going to keep that rolling on.
Yeah, we don't charge for we don't charge for gangs to come in the server. We don't charge for clothing, none of that. If we have the resources to figure it out, we'll get it sorted. We have someone who's pretty good at texturing clothing that's been doing a lot of our clothing stuff. And then we got Donnie for vehicle handling and things like that. So we have a pretty decent team to take care of a lot of the needs. I know we aren't opening state right now, but I do future want to be in leadership or just state. Yeah, it's one of those things that'll just be done in city through roleplay. Not going to be applicants. I mean, in the future, it'll be open to like transfer requests, and there'll be a whole process with that through state. But yeah, for now, it's just staying closed until we get the two main departments kind of filled in and things like that. You try to send me which MLOs you got? I'd have to look on. I don't even know. We have a lot that aren't in city. I think just DM me which shop you're looking for, things like that. We can probably like work something out. Or open a ticket, probably a bit easier that way.
Yeah, open a ticket. We can figure out which spot you're looking for first. See if we can make it work to that, and if we can, great. Figure it out from there. Say not, and the impound lot. So
cleared my cache and I fell through the map. There we go. I'm good now.
go to the impound lot. Obviously, nothing in it, but keep SADOT involved again.
Inside.
Brings people up into the county.
Go check out the courthouse and things like that, maybe.
Yep, courthouse.
I'm excited how much is up north. Yeah, I focused a lot through the development phase, is just including as much as I could up in the county and up north as possible, just to get people to roleplay up there a little bit more. There's a lot to do up there, and the more you explore, the more you'll keep finding things. And I plan, as we keep adding things or making changes, things like that, just keep that focus of focusing a lot of the assets up north, just to make sure people roleplay up there. Because it's, a lot of servers will have like their jurisdictions for like the law enforcement, for example, but there's nothing going on up north, so no one's ever up there. But pretty much anything fighting you'd want to do is all up there.
Yeah. Where were we going?
And check out the courthouse or something.
Courthouse, yes. Just ADOT. ADOT will have tow trucks.
We'll try it out for a while. Obviously, if it goes a bit and there's no interest in it, then we can switch it to like mechanics help having the
Right.
trucks and things like that. But
That's
we
the
want to give
that's the goal.
SADOT a chance.
We
Yep.
we want to try to have SADOT be that, but yeah, absolutely. There always has to be flexibility, right? What you see. Tons of offices here. This is nothing but offices, top to bottom. Judges' offices, normal offices, you name it.
Be nice, people.
Your
look where they're
administrative section for Jay. And then all claims court. Way is the courtroom. Where's the other courtrooms? Upstairs?
Upstairs. Yep. To start with the DOJ stuff, we have a judge so far, but we're going to work with her to really try to build something that can withstand the growth of the city, as well as, make sure it's not too overpowered on the civilians or the cops. Just try to keep things a nice, easy balance, because no one has time to, go to court every 20 seconds because of something going on or something. Definitely something we're trying to push.
You want to check out the machines while we're here?
Yeah, show off the vending machines. I think it's pretty cool. It's a cool quality of life thing.
Buy some salt and sauce.
I played with the vending machines for so long when I got this up and running.
Fun little quality of life stuff. Oh yeah, the coffee machines. You actually put a coffee cup under there and get some coffee. Water machines, everything kind of
Beastly.
Beastly's fun
When
for
I
that.
tell you, when I got this thing working finally, I sat there and just bought random snacks for like an hour straight, just random vending machines around the server. It was just, I had too much fun with it.
I think Caesar really pushed for, we were both on the same page from a development quality of life stuff. Everything not only functions here, doing not a single F8 there. Really excited for things like that, how optimized. You know what? I need my.
Yeah, let's do it. This is leaning towards being a temporary script for the casinos, and it's a more customizable one, I'll put it that way, is about to hit the market soon. If it proves to work the way we intend it to work, and hopefully it works the way that they're promising, it'll be a pretty cool addition. We'll be able to build casino tables pretty much wherever we want to.
Right.
It'll be a cool thing for like hosting casino nights and in different places around the map and stuff like that, not just having to go to the casino.
Go and get a spin in there.
How can I help you? Another day in Los Santos.
Take my visitor bonus.
lofty wheel is spinning and another fabulous prize could be won.
Oh, dude.
Oh, I always get messed up on this stuff.
Oh, okay. $5,000. I'll take that over. All right. Right into the bank, too. Right into the bank. But all the other games down here
Just so you know, I have
could
an
obviously
associate
order.
diploma in mixology.
How's the economy like? We talked about this a lot while we were working on stuff, and we didn't want to make things too grindy to the point where it feels like you're working a second job, because that's just not fun. At the end of the day, only what we make purchasable in the server will be purchasable anyway, so if someone ends up rich eventually, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, it's not just work for an hour and now you're a millionaire, but it's not going to be a horrible grind to like buy a new car and buy a house and things like that. Don't want it to feel like a second job. We want to leave room for the actual role play of the server and not just grinding a job 24/7.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end of the day, that's why we're here.
You know, there's no harm in having money. Essentially, like you can't, to an extent, say like go on like black market tablet. If you have money and you buy houses, cars, and boats and stuff, and in a reasonable amount of time, like obviously, right? But you want stories to progress. Stand on. Oh, do I? Probably a little far off. More than normal.
People will get rich no matter what. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. It's just about providing as many avenues of roleplay as possible. And at the end of the day, if people are here to grind, then they're not here for the right reasons, right? If you're not here to roleplay, then you're not there for the right reasons at the end of the day. So
Get out of here. Head to the next venture.
yeah, what's next, Bronco?
Go
Go to
to
the
let's
bowling
go.
alley
Yep.
and make it daytime so we're not like struggling to see anything. Bowling alley is not the Gabs one that everybody's used to. We picked up Camby's MLO. It makes quality stuff, and it's
Oh,
fun to look at.
side it. Oh shoot.
Yep, I teleported inside too. That's hilarious.
Yikes.
That works. Yeah, we got bowling, we got pool tables working, we got golf, we got paintball. We have a derby thing. We can push each other off of a little platform over and over. It's a lot of fun. I lose a lot because I'm a horrible driver, but it's still a lot of fun. Just do like one round or something just to do it real quick.
Three.
Maybe, I don't know.
Three's minimum.
Is it? Gotcha. You might have to register first and then hit start. I have no idea how that works. I haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
There you go. You just hit the register button and you start. How many local truckers can we hire at the trucking job? 2. And they don't make much money. Passive income is a thing that's in the server in a couple of different methods, not just the trucking. We have the beekeeping in the server as well. I just knocked you out. I'm sorry. We have beekeeping as well, so that's also another method of making money. Beekeeping.
I'm like way over here.
Will probably make you a bit more money, but it's only because it involves a little bit of work and not just a never look at it again type of situation. We get people love passive income, and I think it's great too, but having it make too much money is kind of pointless of trying to balance the economy, because then people don't have to do anything and they just kind of get rich over time. But it is a
but
thing.
yeah, it's a
What they
thing.
thought about it.
Hiring. Oh, I'm blacking out because you fucking not.
Speaking of economy a little bit, food decay is a thing. So I think right now it lasts about 24 hours after it's made at the restaurants. So that's going to force people to have to go buy food at least a couple times a day, maybe. Food's a little bit heavier, so you can't just carry 40 tons of food on you and never go see a restaurant again. The goal of that is just to create a bit more role play and, prevent people from just hoarding food 24/7.
Hmm. Caesar Beasley had a question. He said, "Food decay when you're connected to the server, or just in general?" And I
It's an
believe
item thing,
that's
so
in general.
it's just in general. Yep, food decay in general. And I know people are going to ask about restaurants not having food, or because when they're closed and things like that.
We'll go
There's an
there
offline
next.
shop. Yeah, we can check it out, but the restaurant owners can fill up their food, put some food in there, and that'll be food that's good for people to buy when the restaurant's closed and things like that. So there's always going to be a place to eat at a player-owned business, and if for some reason there is no food, if someone's not there, or there's no food there, you can go to a gas
I
station.
just
We make
suck at
some
bowling.
custom food items for that as well. I honestly just like randomly click while I bowl. And if I'm being honest, I don't really try. Just gotta click.
Oh, dude, I'm right there with you. If I hit pins, I'm like, oh, that was.
Oh, I'm
Gosh,
sorry. I'm just all over. I'm just all over the place today. I'm turning into woods.
You are fucking abusing
Just
somebody.
abusing somebody for no reason. Oh, one pin left, dude. That's rough.
Oh, I got one pin too. How was that not a strike?
Match ends. Oh, my game's over.
All right, mine's over. All right, well, I think
Also, a possibility for a player-owned bar down here, maybe. I don't know. Player-owned bowling alley down the road or something. Could be a cool concept. Where are we going?
teleported in here, teleport out.
I'll just walk out the door. Pretty cool location. All right, what's next, Baracco?
Go to Baracos.
Yeah, let's go to Baracos. One of the restaurants in server.
See what my job is.
One of the things you'll notice from the businesses is we do our best to brand them with a logo that business owner wants. So Baracos is all branded as Baracos all over the place. It obviously depends on the map and if the textures and the map is actually open for me to be able to go in there and do that stuff. But Donnie and Kenny are able to make logos and things like that if people don't have one, all that good stuff. Is there going to be a requirement that a restaurant has to be open reasonably, or do you just have to have food available? Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're owning a business, you're expected to have it open several times throughout the week and hire employees and actually run it. If not, the business administration will come after you and have to pull your license away if you're not going to be around. But obviously, there's going to be the offline shop. Actually, Chris, that brings up a good point. The offline shop only allows you to price things to a certain point. So say you're charging a couple $100, for food, and the offline shop will only allow you to sell it, sell the food for like $100.
So, and a good example of this here,
being open.
what you could see right now. So, the max amount that a business can charge is $150 for the offline shop. So for example, I have my drinks at $50 and these at $150, and it will price you up and down for that range when you go in there to buy. So this is up 30, down 25, this is up, I think $100 or $4. I think that a salad's $100. I think I charged up $6. You know, so this is down. You know, down $9, up $8. So it kind of randomizes the fees, but all you could charge is 150 at most, like Caesar was saying. So for me as a business, like you know, plates that are 250, you can only charge 150 in the offline shop. So it's better for you.
And if it's still a problem down the road with business owners not being open, we'll just
Right.
change the price even lower to what they can charge while they're closed, you know.
And you could see, so let's say when I go on, when I'm on duty, right? So I'm not getting paid out here because I'm not. So now it said I'm on duty. So with the restaurants, and you got to be there to get paid. Notice there's no more online shop because I'm here, I'm on duty. And then each business, each restaurant can be set up differently. So for me, my drink station's here, my boss menu. There's my applications that you set up.
People create their
Each
own
business.
menus here too.
Yep. So here's a menu that I created. Check it out. And essentially, I just upload it with a specific site that works with the script, and I set my prices and everything accordingly. Your recipes you create in here, you put a picture in for it. There's the image, the type of animation, what is it, whether it's a drink or a food, you know, all kind of animation depending on ingredients. The more ingredients, the more it fills your drink or your food up. And so, you know, it works to give businesses a scale to like how to price things. So you have your all full, you know, your price. And this is the price set to the offline menu. When you set it in here, this isn't necessarily what the business would charge for it. And then, you know, the businesses have a hot station where they're going to cook things, going to show the recipes that you created, the things you need. There's my coffee station. There's a prep station on the other side.
Music place.
How you prepare all the ingredients. Every place will have ability to play some music.
Slash
Always
streamer mode will
fun.
obviously turn off music, so in case you're streaming and things like that, it won't affect you.
All your cold storage of ingredients or things you've already prepared that's cold. Me, I obviously have a pizza oven, and then a hot storage that's out here for things that you already prepared. Your offline shop, you will drop into boss menu. This is where you put things in your offline shop. This restaurant, for example, has a couple places. It's fun. We got the roof up there. Bring you to the rooftop. Forward to seeing everybody there. And then
Music player goes off of links for YouTube, so it's kind of like player to player. But if it becomes a big problem, we can probably enforce that on the rules side of the server.
Absolutely, Grim. You can add non-copyright up there and get not a.
Going to the office.
Yeah, we'll go to the office first. Office over here. And each business has a bunch of features, you know. So what Caesar was talking about earlier, which is the new casino script that's coming out, it gives us the ability, let's say, add like a casino right here, like a card game, like poker or blackjack or something like that. And there's other places within the city that you could do the same in MLOs that you find for your organization, business that has it. You do that, and we're going to have something within the business administration that allows you to get your gaming license and allows you to do that legally, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm going to go back to show that off the tie-in, which you were talking about. And again, they could customize your for you. Yeah,
Also check out the
there's some things out.
Food place where you get
there.
food.
What's that?
Where you buy your
Oh,
ingredients
yeah,
for your restaurant.
absolutely.
Your what's it called? I don't even know what it's called anymore. I think it has an actual name.
Restaurant supply?
Well, that's the blip, like the actual building.
The Grain of Truth.
The Grain of Truth. There it is. I love that map.
Grain of Truth.
It's one of my favorite maps in the server.
Same. You're gonna go get your ingredients as a business. As a restaurant, obviously you can see everything in here is very cheap. Profit margins are huge. So you can have fun, you can RP, you can actually make some money and do everything all at once. Because we don't want you to have it overnight, but we don't want it to be a some hardcore grind. It's not real life. We're not here trying to pay taxes and dental insurance and fucking go over pressure points shit in academies.
Gotta have a 12-day academy with pressure points every day.
Not doing that. So. It's gonna be serious and it's creative role play. Like, have stories, be creative, develop your stories, have fun with that stuff. Tennis is fun. There's golf. Golf is fun. You can get a golf cart. We have the pier over here, and lots of fun rides, lots of cool things you could do with your friends over here. And same thing if you go up to Caesar. Can you make it nighttime? That's fun. And then if we go over to the water park, same thing. All the rides, everything in here, fun stuff. Lots of MLOs already set up and spaces available. Put in already in Roxwood, so everybody. You can golf by yourself, Keith. Possible.
Golf by myself.
Recycler's fun, and it's not what you normally see from a recycling standpoint.
The recycling center done at the docks. Yep.
If your fashion
golf tournament
mart
would be insane. Hey, could be a good thing to set up for the server.
Golf tournament would be super fun. Super fun.
Reach out to Mr. Dunny Lockett and
yes, cop cars can be stored in your house garages. Although it's department issued, it's issued to yourself. It's your vehicle, so you'll have it during employment with the department. So yeah, you can buy a house, you can take it home with you. Bowling. I don't want to show too much.
No, that's why I'm also hesitant about looking at things.
There's
any of the criminal stuff we're not going to show you.
No, definitely not. And to be fair, I don't even know the criminal stuff out there. A, I didn't do any of the development for it, and B, I have no need to know the locations of things. If I find things, I'll find out in RP. So I definitely don't know any of that stuff as I look around. But we do have some passive stuff like we were talking about earlier. The beekeeping job and the trucking job. Once you can afford your own drivers, you can do stuff like that and have a little bit of passive thing.
Find out in RP
Yeah.
is the law of the land there, Beasley.
Exactly.
Or
Killer.
not
Exactly.
Beasley, Tyler. Well, mining script, we don't have mining right now. Looking at a couple different ones, but we still have a couple weeks to
Yeah.
go before.
So many jobs, so many ways to earn income. Mining actually isn't one of them right now. People are used to mining,
Used to it.
and that's like the go-to. Go mine, go mine, go mine. But there actually is no mining. Tons of ways to earn money.
A couple of Easter eggs throughout the map too, as you explore. If you check the right places, you'll find some less than normal things. But I think it's a lot of fun. Mining is grindy. But it usually is like overinflated in a lot of servers because they don't balance it at all. They just kind of throw it in and hope for the best, and economies get ruined that way. But we don't have any exact plans for mining script right now. Maybe in the future we could look at something, but probably going to stay away from it for now. We want less grindy, more roleplay. Because if you're sitting there grinding, mining all day, you have no time to roleplay, and there's just,
Yeah, that's
it's not fun to be in the server if you're just grinding 24/7. You can't actually roleplay
right.
your character and build out your story and have fun and go do stuff, so.
Right. And that's something we talked about over and over is the jobs that are integrated actually force you to have to like go out within the and even if you're just driving around, right? It creates role play for the cops on that standpoint, and there's activity in the city, but sometimes some jobs kind of stagnate you to like one area, especially mining, which you're like underground, like not even a part of the scenario there unless you're at the mining place, right? So most places that we've set up here and everything we set up and have to kind of force you to go in and do things in the community, right? The gardener job, the electrician job, the fashion job, like the transport job, like they pay decent money, and but they just force you to be out, and it's with the leveling system within trucking and that, like if you actually stick to it for a little bit of time, like you're gonna make exponential more money than normal. Just cool. So if you put some time into it, same with fishing, same with the hunting and everything like that. So
What sets your
every
server apart from others? Why should someone choose this one over all the others out there?
I
Okay,
think
okay.
I think for one, this is like group of people that have put this together, and we've narrowed it down from 6-7 years of experience of being in some of the best servers and some of the worst servers, and um, kind of figuring out from a player's perspective, like from people who actually want to be in there and do that with each other and understand the balance between both the cop side of things and the civilian and the criminal side of things. What has functioned the best, what has functioned the worst, and kind of compiled something in the sense that's custom made to the player, that what was so successful for us in Last Hope 1.0, with the quality of role play we had and the amount of things we've just kind of translated that over time and onto Qbox, which is FiveM, to make it, and and I think ultimately by listening to the community, that's where you're going to get some of the most successful periods that we're all a part of, and that's that's something we've tried to always make sure that was important to us, and all the times we set out to do this was make sure we listen to the custom tailored to that, along with keeping our vision, right? So we may have a vision for the server, and have a vision for your role play, and we understand that from this end of it, um, we have to do things to balance it all out. And nobody's role play is more important than someone else's. So, um, in balancing that out and finding like the coolest things, immersive, and like the true essence of role play, we've been able to put together something a lot of people are excited about. Is you're here for that real story side of. Caesar, what do you have to say about all that? I talked for 2.
My bad, I'm eating at the same time. I think you covered it all. Just keeping everything player oriented and making sure everybody remembers that it's not a 100k dice server or a cops versus robber server. It's about creating a story and being creative with your story and having a good time with it.
Be right back. I'm gonna grab another beverage. Anybody have any other questions? Jay, that was a
So I can't make someone swallow a bunch of golf balls if they don't give me their $2.35. I mean, you definitely could, and that'd be hilarious to respond to, especially on the cop side. How many characters can we have? I think it's 2, 3 default slots, and then, you know, slots are able to be purchased on the side, especially because we're trying to, you know, cover some of the bills, not like create a profit or anything like that, but covering some of the bills is definitely on the priority list there. However, I'll say one thing. If there is a need that is good enough, I guess I'll say that way, for a character slot to be added, like you have a really cool story that you want to tell with that character, we could always find a way around it or something like that. If you suck Caesar's toes, you get 1 additional slot. That's definitely not a thing. I don't know who let that guy in. That's hilarious though. You're a menace, Beasley. You already got a taker? Dude, that's already a free character slot I gotta give out. We're gonna run out of character slots by the end of the day.
that's crazy.
At this rate. You saw that?
Yeah. Why? I'm like listening to it, and I'm just like, oh my god. You know, what's cool is no giant fucking sign off by Vinewood that says anything other than that Vinewood sign.
Yeah,
Oh,
literally.
dude. Look at the fireworks. Oh, that's cool.
Reminds me of Last Hope 1.0 when we had the script specifically for the grand opening of the server.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun. You like the original sign? I love the original
Me
sign.
too.
It
I
feels
love
more
it.
Like,
I can't
feels more
stand
like,
it when
I can't stand servers that brand themselves in city and not like
they
outside
put
of city.
the whole sign there, and you're like, dude, we get it.
Their logos
We
just
get it.
slapped everywhere.
I understand
Yeah,
where we're at.
I can't stand that. What's a long-term vision of the server?
Honestly,
Have a place where we can just role play, dude. I mean, I've been doing this for 7 years at this point, right? And the whole server hopping thing, and I took a long break off of FiveM from the last server, and it was just like I was done with it. But the love for role play is always there, and it's just something I keep coming back to. So that's kind of the vision with it, is just having a place where
oh, I got something
you
to
can
show off.
finally not have to leave 24/7. I love the lore accurate GTA stuff. Like the city isn't California,
Outfit bag.
it's Georgia or some shit. Yeah, we go with
Change
lore
your
as much
outfit?
as possible. We're not using any IRL brands in the server, and if there is, we'll catch it and we'll get rid of it because we're not going to get hit with the TOS and lose everything we have.
Caesar, I was just showing
It was-
them the outfit bag. So
Oh, yeah, nice.
when you go to change your outfit, it automatically syncs with the your clothing outfit. Like when you go to the clothing outfit store and change your outfit or update it, it's in your outfit bag. So it
You don't have to
doesn't
manually save them into your outfit bag.
you don't they're not two separate things. Hey, Chowie,
Cowboy Gaming, good to see
thank
Chowie.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Outfit bags are legit. Yeah, that was one of the first things I worked on in the server. I made Dale's sex wax, and then I went to the outfit bags pretty much around the same time. Was just I hate having to save outfits, especially when clothing changes in a server and you have to update all your outfits and then go one by one saving them into a bag. I'm like, that's just
Most
too much work,
annoying
takes up
shit
too much
ever.
time, and it's just
Ever.
annoying. So I just made a workaround with that, so that's just a little bit easier on everybody. This question is similar to the first one, but if someone's been burned out by other servers, what's different here?
Did you got anything right away?
I think we're going for quality over quantity, even if it's a slower start to the server. And I think a lot of people are kind of in the same boat on that. A lot of servers try to, appeal to the masses, and they kind of tend to drop their qualities with like semi-serious roleplay or the cops and robbers RP. And I think us keeping to our standards from the get-go of creative storytelling roleplay with still leaving plenty of room for people to have fun and not be too serious all the time, I think will help set us apart. And I'm not the best developer in the planet, but I've been creating / destroying servers for years now at this point. So I think having a stable build to start on, I think is also going to be a good thing. And like Beasley said, admins will not be micromanaging you. If something happens in city, you better have a clip it. If you want to report somebody, it has to be, you got to have a clip. Now we're just going to shut your ticket. Yeah, exactly. Quality over content, quality over quantity is exactly what we're going for. You shouldn't be stressed whenever you fly out of a server every night. You should feel good on your way out and be ready to jump back in the next day because of how much fun you had that day.
Yeah, it should be exciting. Be exciting.
It is Qbox framework. Pretty much, if you're familiar with QBcore and Ox, it's pretty much a hybrid of the two. It's just a way more optimized version of QBcore. So you have less of the exploits and less of the performance issues that you would have with QBcore. But yeah, it's built off the Qbox framework.
Look at that F8. The sight to behold.
Any error in the F8 stresses me out in any server I go to, and it's like 90% of servers you go to, you open your F8 and it's just spanned by red errors everywhere. I took my time, went through like every single error to make sure there's no errors in there. There's some JavaScript stuff, which I'm horrible with JavaScript, so like it doesn't cause any actual issues, so like they're just kind of there, but there's no actual errors that have been popped up, at least for a while now.
Anything particular anybody wants to see?
Way better.
Maybe I could show you, maybe I can't, depending on what you want to see.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate everybody coming out and engaging with us and hanging out, taking time out of your night.
Much appreciated. Saw a lot of people joined the server already off of the stream and stuff like that, so that's always really cool to see. Police cars, small fleet. We have a Bruck if you want to go pull your police cars.
Okay.
We have a Buffalo, we have a Scout, and a Heat car, and a couple of motorcycles. We're keeping it light. Developer we go from is working on a couple more cars that are going to be really cool, so that'll be a thing as we go. So the fleet will grow, but always making sure the poly count is significantly low so that we don't have any performance issues.
Paintball?
Paintball or soft options going to be added. Paintball is already a thing.
Paintball's in here, pal.
Paintball's a thing, works great with our dispatch that we're using. So we're not going to get calls if somebody's, doing paintball. We're not going to get calls about it.
So these vehicles, all the police vehicles, you got to go to the mechanic shop. You're gonna get certain vanilla upgrades. You're gonna get a engine swap, ceramic brakes, and a drivetrain. So it's gonna tie in. It's gonna keep mechanic shops busy. So not just players are doing it, but the police department's gonna be needed as well.
We also have stuff set up for EMS to come into the server in the future. We haven't had anybody interested yet, but over time, I'm sure we'll get some that are interested. I think Kurt was talking about possibly trying out EMS side of it. So we might have something.
These are these I gotta say are like by far the lowest poly count police cars I've ever seen. Oh.
Yeah, I think they're like 170,000 for the heaviest car we have in the server, and that's about it. The rest of them are really low. Was thinking about it, yeah, Kurt. There's no pressure on it, but just kind of throwing that out there. Let me DV this car that you put out. There you go.
Oh boy.
But I would try EMS, but I doubt you'd want my goofy goober ass trying to patch you up. Some of the best EMS people are the ones that don't take themselves too serious and can have fun with kind of things like that. Some people are like, /me, checks for wounds, and then they just slap a bandage on you and kind of send you on their way.
This
Some of the
is
best people I ran into have the personalities.
Commercial vehicle enforcement. Each department has one. Something like this operates through state. They'll do the certification for it, and then every department can do it. So like LSPD could be running down on Popular Street where the trucking actually is, and you could actually do CDE. Imagine that. Not locked to a specific department.
Guess a little bit on the cop side, since a lot of people in here play cop and play on the civilian side and have horrible interactions with the cops. We've taken the time to refine our SOP over several years of role-playing. Every time we join a server or we do our own thing, we always make changes to our own SOP to improve it. And we're obviously doing a joint standard operating procedures across the entire state, so there's no agency in the city that can be like, well, we do things this way or we do things that way. The standard's the same. That W mentality gets you a one-way ticket out the door. And even for like divisions, it's all working together. Every department has a leader for the division, and a commander is chosen from those 3 leaders to be the main commander for that division. I agree, Caesar. I'm going to be like that Walmart guy. Here's your band-aid. Stop being a bitch and walk it off. Oh my gosh.
Wow, Kurt. Wow. Wow, dude.
Yeah, like Jay said, if you want to see more teasers, go through the teasers channel in the Discord, and you'll see a lot of stuff in there.
You can see even with these with the uniforms and the livery here, everything's tied in. So the blue that you see in the uniform, these are made, all the liveries for all the departments. They're all tied in, everything completely custom. So you can see the badging on the back of the vehicle, same thing as the patch on my arm, and same thing for every department. We really want to make sure that that we took the time and did all the little fine details. When you're trying to immerse yourself in role playing, be the definition of immersive. Those are those things that break those immersions as far as like what you're doing. So we wanted to do that. So. For example, those vehicles have highway patrol on the front. They are modeled off of similar like the Nevada highway patrol vehicles are. And out front of the station that we have on both of them, it says San Andreas Highway Patrol. It's not something that we could change, but we put the highway patrol on the vehicle to kind of tie it all in. And so yeah, it's state police. Yes, it's highway patrol. Yes, we're our troopers. It's kind of all. No.
Will mechanic shops be able to get custom liveries to put on their cars to promote their shops? That way, people can see with the person they got what work they got done. We are working on a couple of different vehicles that the businesses will be able to get a livery with their logo and stuff on it, just so people can have something a little bit to represent their business and city, things like that.
And Robin, no, I didn't leave Apex. Never gonna abandon Larry, Caesar, myself. We had a good talk with him. We definitely never gonna let him be on his own over there. Still performing our administration duties as law enforcement over there. But this is a project that we've had, and you know, we
Months
had
in the working.
yeah, and then Last Hope was you know, the iterations of this place before, and then you know, we did a Sandbox QB core, and you know, ultimately that led into the QBox, and so yeah, this has been going long before Apex, and it was cool to be over there, and we had a lot of great memories and met a lot of great people, and you know, they're always welcome to come over and start a story over here. So there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're fulfilling your duties and your requirements that you agree to. No problem being in other places. So no, no love lost for Apex. Still gonna make sure that they help them out. But yeah, if you haven't, drop by and come join us. And what else? What else should we check out? Anything in particular anybody wants to?
Questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to see?
Questions, comments, concerns. What do you want? What are you looking for?
Anything you haven't seen in servers that you'd like to see in a FiveM server? Any suggestions you may have? Someone said they wanted to see up north more. Go up to Roxwood a bit more. Go to
Okay.
the Toledo Bridge and drive through the county up there. Go for a little bit or something. Check it out. It's a pretty expensive place to explore, that's for sure. Plus, it's getting continuously updated all the time.
Up
Which is
north.
great, so.
Right.
Up in Roxwood. Yep.
Just cleared bashed. I haven't been up here. Does not take long to look. The mechanic shop up here.
Barrier Customs already owned it stuff.
See if we can see how long we can do this before we crash ourselves, huh? Okay.
That's the spirit. Roxwood is pretty sick.
Roxwood
There's a lot to do.
a lot of fun. Airport. Let's
A lot of cool houses up there. A lot of cool businesses, especially in the main area. There's like a donut shop and stuff like that. The big ass building, that is a hospital they're working on. And I think it's gonna change in the future, but that's a hospital. The actual workable hospital is not there. Will we be able to live up there? Yes, we can put a shell anywhere on the server. So if you want to live up in Roxwood, you can buy a house up in Roxwood.
There is the raceway. Pretty cool.
live right next to the track. I know when I saw these houses, I was like, that's an interesting place for a neighborhood, I guess. But
Oh.
you know what? Cool stuff. What happened?
No, I'm just like TPMing all over the place.
Oh, I just crashed myself by no clipping everywhere too
I'm
much.
under the map.
That's hilarious. Oh yeah, that's the old Rockwood thing.
Oh,
It's better just no clip on top. You'll be able to get back up there.
there we go. There we go. Just on some fuckery shit because I'm, you know.
Abusing your admin perms a little too hard.
Yep. There is a hospital up here. Go look at that. So there's a hospital. Gosh dang it. Hospital in Roxwood. There's a hospital in the Sandy Harmony area, and then obviously one in the city. All are working, depending on where you go down, or
You'll
maybe
wake up at the hospital if you go down somewhere else.
yeah. So your nearest a particular hospital, that's where you go. All of these are set up to have actual like RP in a medical system standpoint. So it we're looking forward to like really having some of the things that get me excited, you know, being primary, just doing law enforcement, or having an active STADOT and especially. So if they're on an active, there's nothing more exciting than able to go on a patrol and do different things like that. Sheriff station up there. Check that.
It's gonna be really awkward when I get admitted for slipping and falling on the soap bottle.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That is crazy. We won't have EMS right away. Will we lose everything? Nope. Pockets don't wipe at all when you
Yeah,
go
no.
out. We would have to have a very active EMS to even consider ever doing that. I see Rockwood as a Coast Guard. Will that be in the server one day or just Marine units for departments? There's no plans for it right now, but it could be, we'll see how the roleplay goes in the server. And
Yeah. We do have Marine
Presently.
units in the department. So
yep.
that does.
We have every division
exist.
from
Every
cool
division.
QnA script, picks up any of the illegal narcotic stuff, obviously. Got things set up for investigations and air units and all that stuff, and even some stuff set up for SWAT and all that cool stuff. It's probably gonna be me. It's gonna be something worse, like 57 GSWs to the chest. That's crazy.
There you have it. So pretty cool. Or as the K9 strips go, super streamlined, very, very simple, and it works with everything. So it's going to detect everything in the vehicles and on people, and everything's really easy to use. And the areas that do. It's just we just did this dog though, right? With the police vest.
That
Yes.
model, yeah, you can
Yes.
change the things on it, but yeah.
Yeah. Which miles would you trying to? What other kind of dog would you? It's actually probably the best police canine looking dog I've seen. to be fair, because some cities, you know, like the dog looks like that dog hasn't done an athletic thing in its entire fucking life. And I'm supposed to believe it's a canine for police department. That's a good looking dog. Go. Super easy. What else? Good peeps. What else? What do we want to see? Anything? Maybe we can
Most
see it.
canines
Maybe we can't.
most canines in FiveM look like they're one Cheeto away from a heart attack.
Yeah, he ain't lying. You know what's funny is I have all my fishing stuff in my locker. We go fish. We grab a boat and go fish. And pull a boat out.
Go for it.
Derby. Derby's fun.
There'll be some with a lot of people. I think we showed off pretty much everything we want to show off today, honestly.
I think we did. I think that's it's good without
Exposing too much.
you don't want to, yeah, the basic stuff that you could see. You know,
Where do I make
see when you
drugs?
open the map. Oh, you're gonna have to figure that one out. All right. Well, I appreciate everyone coming out. Unless anyone else has any other questions, or you know, not just about like what you could see, but what you're looking for. Do you have any questions as far as you know, anything at all? Let us know. Oh shit! That's one for all my Latin friends like Caesar and Jose. Make sure that I that in the mix. You know what I mean? Don't discriminate. All right. Well, I don't have any other questions or got nothing else for myself or Caesar. Well, can't wait. I can't wait for that to ring out again. It's a role play. All you fine people. But yeah. Well, fight night. When is fight night? Well, so I got fight night tomorrow for Kai Kamaka. Gonna be in Vegas. He's a UFC and Bellator and PFL vet. We got signed to GFL, and whole promotion went under before it even started. So taking a 10-day notice fight for a regional promotion. Get this win, we go back to the UFC with Kai. And then Julian, who just fought in Miami 2 weeks ago on the UFC Miami card, he got booked May 17th, so 4-week turnaround. We're gonna go fight Milky Costa, and we're gonna do that also in Vegas. So thankfully, we got 2 back-to-back local fights at the house. Thank goodness. not having to get on a plane. It is fun. It is fun getting to travel, you know what I mean, and doing the stuff on the road. There is something to be said though about a fight on the road, and the bonding and the camaraderie and the fact that like there's just you guys in a unfamiliar city, and there's you're doing everything together. Like I think it's great. I think there's something to be said for that come fight week. Um, Fight week's at home when everybody's like separated and still has like all the normal things that they have to do. Um, you know, on their normal week, right? Whether it be like workplaces or kids or classes to teach or other fighters to train or team dinners and things like that. They seem to like fucking be dust in the wind. So, there's conveniences to it fighting at home. You're sleeping in your own bed, and you have all the conveniences and the routines that you normally have. Like that's really good. But you know, oh my god, killer. When is fight night? Oh my, I thought you were talking about like real fight night. You son of a bitch. When fight night is whenever you create it in role play. Fuck. But to be fair, that is when my fight nights are my real fight nights for my the career that I have chosen. you know, MMA coach plays cop. That's funny because it's not in the title tonight. Sandbox Roleplay. So that's funny. That's actually funny. Fuck you, killer. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, it'd be fun to see it'd be fun to see some real creative stories at the end of the day. Like that's just what we just want to see, some great stories. For anybody new that's jumping into the stream, if you have anything that you want to see, because we've essentially gone through it all, and we're just sitting here talking and bullshit, and killer's fucking trolling me, and so if you have anything that you want to see, let me know. Caesar and I are gonna answer all that for you. Jay's posing some phenomenal questions. If you haven't join the Discord, join the Sandbox Discord. We look forward to everybody reading those stories. Well, you just have to figure that out. $5. Definitely ain't no $5. The amount of money everybody's gonna be able to make, a lot more than $5. We didn't make it hard for people to earn money. You're here, and like if you're in city and you're active and you're either working a job you applied for, especially, or you're doing any one of the civilian jobs, especially as you continue to pursue them and you level up, there's a lot of money to be. Not counting all the criminal shit, from petty crimes to high level stuff. I mean, A lot of money. Fuckers. Yeah, stop bullying the old guy. Caesar, what are you doing?
Just got back to my microphone.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Business happening.
Nice.
As long as it's not from Randy Burke.
Oh yeah, that guy's the worst. I don't even think he's in here. We're just talking shit.
Oh damn. Caesar's $5 ready special. Golly.
What'd you say?
You guys are fucked. Oh, the chat. They're fucked. They're fucked. They've been fucking trolling me all night, dude. German killer. Fuck.
Little Caesar's $5 pizza.
Fuck these guys.
These should be the first ones to get banned.
Fuck these guys.
First slip up, it's gonna be game over for you guys.
Cannot wait.
Cannot wait. Caesar's little $5 sausage pizza.
All right, y'all. Well, been fun. If you want to continue the banner, just join over in a VC over in Sandbox. We're gonna fucking wrap this stream up though, and I'm gonna keep talking shit and trolling me, talking shit. If not, thanks for coming out. Thanks for asking questions. Thanks for letting us